Alright, hopefully you've made it back and found us on the second stream here on the British Dodgeball Facebook page. Where we're going to be bringing you match 2 on court 2. Still in the phone competition. This time it's going to be Canada, home team, women's, versus Austria, women's. That's it, now the music's off, we can start streaming and talking to you once more. It's the same as before. Long old game of dodgeball, 20-minute halves with a 5-minute interval. Looks like GB are providing ball retrievers for Dodgeball Canada. Certainly well versed in World Dodgeball. Austria having a fantastic showing in European Dodgeball for a number of years. World Cups. A whole lot. Straight off. 3 balls to Austria, 3 to Canada. Canada putting the pressure on at the top. Bit of speed from Austria. And Canada just putting him back. It looks like Krems is out. Line fault already. Like 3 down low. Four-ball attack from Austria. Still just one release. Pressure from Schwartz in the middle. An Umreich cross court. Finds Berkeley. Berkeley? Forgive me. That's the Canadian team will be nice and warm. They just played on court 3 the previous match against GB. Storming to victory, 24 points to 6. Austria, however, nice and fresh. Lassinger with the catch. I think Cooper thought she wasn't paying attention. Truth be told, it looked like she wasn't. Really got away with that. Great composure from Austria in a quick response. She gets a hit. And she's around the counter as well. Great play from Lassinger, leveling that. 3 players aside. It's up. She can't keep hand of it. Ball just popping out from Burton's grasp for Canada. She's down and up, can you believe it? We've seen their intense burpee practice on the Dodgeball Austria Instagram feed. Never thought I'd see it come into an actual game. Austria with 4 balls. Cross court, no block, not a good enough block anyway. Berkeley again for Canada. Level once more, 2 players apiece. Pressure from Austria. Lassinger with the block, sending it back to Canada's side. Looking for the opportunity. Nebraska trying to ping the Canadian in the follow through. Fakes for days. Nebraska searching throws, looking for that back heel. You see as the counter wing goes down. Such a convincing fake. Nebraska not able to quite get the angle. A little bit of a weak position. Waiting for those balls in, okay. Canada with 4 balls, good blocking opportunity and really a good offensive opportunity as well. That dipping shot that we saw in the previous match, Team USA. Certainly got that control locked in. And this sort of lending, as we said before, if you don't eliminate the players, you don't get the points. Catch from Lassinger, bringing in Kremser. She'll still be nice and fresh from going out pretty early in the first set. You can see already putting the pressure on the wing on the far side, edging up court. She's going to release. No. Forcing the Canadian dodge. Four minutes already played, no points on the board. showing some good defensive resilience. Canada, and Nikki Kremz out again. Furious. Storms up coming across. No catch this time. She's had a fair few fantastic innings from Rassinger. So, Licker coming up on the counter. She's kept at bay. And the catch is good. Throws a bit soft. She gets her entire body around it. It's Ness for Canada, keeping Austria at bay, and that composure allows her to see that game out. The final 1v1. First points on the board go Canada's way. Teams line up again. After 5 minutes played, this 20-minute half, we're not going to keep giving it the fractions. Canada to attack. A little bit of pressure from Austria, but not enough to put the Canadians off their attack. Kremser with the block, keeps it away from her toes. All that attention being drawn by the right Canadian wing, well, left as they see it. Berkeley had a real opportunity to get in. Burton again. Similar approach that we saw from Ketchum in the USA game, throwing from centre court out to the wings. A little bit of curl on there. No fear at all. Same tactic again. This time Jen Ritchie spinning it out. She finds Rassinger, keen to take her out of the game as soon as possible. We saw how instrumental Rassinger was for Austria in that first frame. Back and forth. Just gets underneath it. Jen Ritchie, Dodgeball's flying, crossing in front of her over both her shoulders. Such a calm dodge. 2-ball attack on Kremser. She can't block them both. Umreich with a little bit of pressure. Metzler in the middle, keeping the Canadians at bay. Just trying to guarantee a little bit more possession. They can't quite reach it across the middle line. Umreich burns the ball. Now that gives Canada an opportunity to collect possession. I think that's Cooper coordinating the attack. Just gets that ball. 2-ball attack on Marissa Umreich. Great power from the Canadian throwers. Find the mark. Puts them one player ahead. Distractions in the middle. We said before, Berkeley creeping up the wing. Looks like Friedsina. Two balls on Metzler. The early throw. Maybe a little bit too much into those fakes, to those pre-throws. Give an opportunity. Fried on her own. 4 Canadians. You got to think they're going to retain something, but a 3-ball attack could be special. It's 2 and 2. Stagger, she's above and below. The count is high. Ritchie really getting away with it that time. Berkeley down low, blocking above her head. Fakes from both sides. Only Woodland's got a ball, but it's enough to stop Fried from responding. She's at the back. She's got a ball to the right. Her eyes are focused forwards. Steffi Ustanova feeding the balls back in. Allowing her to keep her focus firmly forward. Is that a hit? She's taking it. Good work. Thank you very much for the honesty. Big part of dodgeball. There's a lot going on. And a catch? Not quite. It was in and out. So dragging the heels around a bit. Canada taking a second set. Leading Austria 4 points to 0. Almost a quarter of the way through, 11 minutes remaining in this half. Ball's back quick in the middle. Trying to go for the 1-for-1. Umbright can't get it. Pinged by Savannah Burton. Two-ball attack from the Austrian centre. And Nico Studny, first time back in competitive dodgeball that we've seen in a year or so. Great to have her back, but she's just stepping off the back of court. Austrian ball retriever wants to watch out. They should not be stepping on court, and they're cutting it close to that back corner, back left. Schwartz with the block. Big block, one-handed, pounds it down. 3 balls now with Austria. 3 with Canada. Canada on the offensive, looking for Rassinger. Good spin from Kremser. Puts it on the outside of Berkeley. Little undersling. Really taking advantage of the ability to curve these balls with the pinch. It's bowled across. Kremser looking for Burton in that last attack, and they're locked in now. The central players throwing it up, and it's 2 hits. Ricochet. Takes the 2 Austrian players out. Schwartz open, she gets lucky. Connor Cooper not able to get to her feet to respond. You can see that stagger again. There's the pressure. 1 release. A second stagger, she didn't need it. Schwartz and Cooper take a walk. Now just left Nika Kremser for Austria. She sends one off, trying to give that position away. She did all she could. She chose the ball, she followed it. But the way those 2 Canadian attacks crossed in front of her, instead of making a difficult choice. Canada taking the next 2 points, leading Austria 6-0. Restart quickly. Just over 8 minutes left in this first half. Canada looking pretty controlled. You see that their game seems to be based around a lot of pressure, trying to get the Austrians to commit to a dodge, and then a strong release. Austrians looking a bit more reactive, perhaps quicker up the court. You can certainly see the effects of years and years and years of cloth dodgeball and the tactics involved in that. And trying to translate them into a foam dodgeball world, it's difficult. Canada again on the attack. Berkeley to release. As we're going to see so commonly, those balls pass back out to the wings. Berkeley putting the pressure on. Unlikely to release at this point. Just pushing the Austrians back. Allowing for a Canadian set piece. Pressure again, 3rd time, release. Canada again finding themselves in possession of 4 balls. Kremser with the block. The block looks good. I think she got away from the second one. Berkeley confirming it. Good sportsmanship. Really appreciate that. She releases one over the head of Kremser. Kremser getting down low underneath it. Austria with 4 balls. Same tactic. Pressure, release. It's 1-for-1. Seeing Cooper again putting that pressure on as the Austrians scrabbling for the ball. Now it doesn't make sense for it to release, but knowing the threat is there, she prevents Austria from getting into a stride. Calling from the middle. Behind the ball, it's blocked up high. It's ricochet. No chance for the catch. It's way too far off court. Vicky Kremser not even looking for it. She knows it's gone. Umreich on the toes. Stunning shot. Great dip. And a second. Choosing that moment. As Kirkpatrick plants her foot and goes down for a big, deep, lunging throw. Umreich just delivering it well in advance. And she goes a third time. Catch from Umreich. Cross court. She takes Berkeley's. This puts the Austrians at a good advantage at this point. Jen Ritchie remaining. Umreich finding searching throw. I think she's trying to get rid of that before the hit comes on her. I don't think she told Rassinger. 2 singles over in the direction of Jen Ritchie. 1v1. It looks like it's Austria to throw. She's going to take the opportunity anyway. Of course, she sends it high. Off target to curl in. Almost there, just goes a little high. Ritchie quick, burning the ball, little flick of the wrist as she gets back court to the safer region. Spins it up, Raskins looks for the catch, she gets it! Great finish! Jen Ritchie on that last ball, she knew her number was up, she just flings it across, but not quite enough time to really dial the accuracy in. It was more of a distraction throw. Great finish from Austria. Taking the catch and carry, it's enough. Catch secured while she's still on court. Austria get their first points on the board. Canada still leading, 6 points to 2. Not long to go. Just under 4 minutes left in the first half. Pressure good from the wings. Canada relatively unfazed. They know that if that's where the pressure's coming from, the release is unlikely. Go for a nice central throw instead. Finding Hidlishka. It's good work. It says Schwartz on the back, but there's a bit of confusion for me. That's Lisa Rino, Karina Buda playing on the Austrian right wing at the moment. If I can get that to fall out of my mouth properly. Possession passed on a little bit quick, a bit rushed. Berkeley playing in central now. Studney able to deal with that attack. Canada looking a little bit more aggressive in this frame. They know they've lost the set. And certainly in the European game, we know that Austria are known for being up and down court. Quite a intense, active game. Actually, Canada are really pushing back, struggling to, or even Austria struggling to really respond in the manner that we're used to seeing them in. Blocking again and again. Puts it outside of Berkeley, but last player standing, Nico Studny for Austria. Again trying to curl it in. It's Kirkpatrick coming with such a powerful throw. We saw that deep lunge before, and Umreich was able to predict where she was going to plant that foot and leave a ball waiting for her. It seems when you let her get that run up, the power behind that throw is so difficult to defend against. Quick off the mark again, Canada. They're getting into a bit of a swing with that opening rush. Ball back, central player. release as quickly as possible. Always trying to find Burton in the middle for that release off the rush. And at that point, she's got a pick of the players. Jim Richards trying to swing it in. Steffi Usnova. Rassinger with the block. Sends it off court. Again, calling from the middle. Savannah Burton behind the ball. Dealing the instructions out to her team. Some pressure from Cooper on that right wing again. She's a bit further forward than her teammate. That gives a perfect opportunity for the release. Referee saw it coming. Taking that catch into the body. Good coordinated Canadian attack. Kremser looks like she's able to block the first. Hit by the second. Now I make that time for the first half. We can't have long left. Head referee Frank just needs to make a little decision. No, that's it. They're calling half time. See, teams are even on players at the end, both scoring a point. There's a draw in that final set. Dodgeball Canada leading Dodgeball Austria 9 points to 3 in the women's foam competition. At this point, I want to say thanks again to all of you joining us on Facebook Live. There's a good number of you watching alongside. I know a lot of you have had to wake up early over on the North American continent to join us, and we are extraordinarily grateful for your commitment to the sport, backing your teams as they battle it out here in the UK. And of course, the fact you're able to watch the stream with us is courtesy of our event partners, M-Tech, as well as Driven Media and Pro Sport. We are extremely grateful to them to be able to bring you this competition live over the internet. Now, whether the teams are going to take the full 5 minutes half-time period or not is kind of up to them. Certainly after 20 minutes of dodgeball, it's a long time to be banging up and down these courts. You've seen the explosive style of which these teams have to play. There's not a lot of rest time. So look across to the other courts, the ones we are not able to stream, Court 1 and Court 3. Court 3 still ongoing with Austria men's playing Team USA men's. Team USA dominant there again as well, currently leading 10 points to 0. And over on Court 1, you can see the Canadian men's team facing off against the GB men's team. And the score there in the chat thread alongside the stream. 17 points Canada to GB3. What we're focusing on right now, Court 2. Really the most exciting and well-lit court. It's the women's competition, Dodgeball Austria, Dodgeball Canada. Canada leading 9 points to 3. Certainly getting a bit of a tactical glimpse into the play styles of both these teams. Canada have been fantastic in shutting down the normal Austrian style of player, being quick up the wings, energetic in the middle where possible. Austria, of course, able to score some points on the board owing to some good awareness of ricochet catches, regular catches. But certainly the familiarity afforded to the Canadians just from the amount of time they're able to play this game with the foam balls certainly paying dividends in this competition. I think, if anything, the sweetest thing to note is, as we said before, Team GB lending some of their players for ball retrieving duties to Dodgeball Canada. It's only the Day brothers. Some of the tallest targets in Dodgeball, those two. Adorable.
Every game had a tie after.
Well, taking that full 5 minutes, Frank Howarth gets play. Started again, and a quick undersling from Richie. She's looking for Yetzlichka again. Doesn't find her. Kremser with the distraction, the power, and you see that play from the wings again. Like Fried. Over on the wings. They're not responding just yet. Looks like they're being pushed back. Not really paying attention to the pressure this time being provided on the left Canadian wing from Savannah Burton. Bit of an opportunity there for the Canadians if they can spot it. Rassinger not quite out the way of those two ball attacks. Seen a few of these, the team's running up, 4 balls in hand, a couple of pump fakes on the line, try and bait out those dodges, see where the player's going to end up, and then single release, double release. Ball back into Burton. Cooper makes the call in centre court. Certainly looking for Marissa Umreich. Not a big enough block from Burton. One hand, Dodgeball gripped in it, just up a little too late. Levels the playing field. Umreich on the wing with the pressure. She finds Richie. 1 for 1. You see these players really trying to psych each other out. Mind games as they're pumping those fakes. Canada on the offensive on the line, pushing. Austria doing the same on the back. No one knows who's going to release. And that decision can switch in a split second. Cooper getting low, that lunging shot again. Helps to get the depth. And that duck, double block. Good defensive opportunity with these foam dodgeballs. The fact you're able to grip them so tightly means that losing control of them is certainly less likely than the harder inflated cloth balls. You'll see a few players will be running up, pinching one in their offhand for defensive purposes. Kremser with the honesty. I think any of us would have called that a block, but she's saying no, it's the back of the hand. Sliding across court, trying to block that away. And it's just like Fried on her own. In the Austrian corner. One ball out. Does she find it? She does. She hits the Marco Cooper just off the shoulder. And she's been called out by her own team. Just a glancing shot across her head. It's important that we have that. As you said before, there's 6 balls on court in the foam game. It's a lot for the referees to keep track of. When you've got the players working with you on that refereeing honesty, it certainly helps play flow. It keeps the spirit of the game pure. Dodgeball Canada coming in. They are 11 points to Austria's 3. In the second half, Austria yet to get any points on the board. Not for lack of trying. Cooper's distraction really capturing the attention, but Buda's on the side, trying to keep Berkeley back. Burton with the pressure in the middle. It's a great shot. Ustinova goes down looking for the catch. That ball isn't dipping that fast. Gets off the shoulder. Similar approach again. This time finding Marissa Umreich. Austria trying the staggered throw, but you're losing 3 balls in the process. They just retain 1. Not an ideal counter-attacking opportunity for Austria now. Canada's play. The fakes are there. That early throw gets Ritchie. Good confidence from Austria. They get themselves some good possession to boot. Buda trying to apply the pressure, but the Canadians are going left. Mistake. Austria find Ness. This suits Austria a bit more if they can get that counter attack in. They're quick up the court, they're fierce on the counter. They just need the possession. They'll be getting 4 balls back from this. Cooper trying to apply the pressure. Unlikely to release given the possession deficit, but that's it, she's down. New coach Dudney keeping Cooper at bay. Smart play, the opportunity was there, but it would be a ball wasted. And she needs to know her team have got possession in hand. 4 balls again with Austria. Burton dances across. Awkward block, but it looks pretty safe. Certainly from our commentary angle. Nico's good. This time ball lower to the ground first. No hits. Canada's still 1 player up. Great counter from Burton. Finds Metzler's foot. She planted just a little too long. Burns, I'll have that. Catching on the outset, Kirkpatrick, great use of that curling throw. Nico on her own, unlucky to get, she gets Berkeley. She's got balls on the ground, she's got plenty of possession, 4 balls if she wants them. Whether she wants them or not, she's got to get rid. She burns. Burton from cross court trying to get her to glance across. The student needs peripheries. You can see she's always going to go cross court in response. She still has 3 balls. Nico Studney for Austria. Kirkpatrick's down low. Better catching opportunity. Canada on the response. Studney quick with the pre-throw. She's down low. Looking for that body catch. Same again. Release her hand. Save herself. Put someone off. Kirkpatrick goes down. She thinks it's coming at her. Just 1 ball this time from Studney. Is that going to be called invalid? It was a little far away from Burton, I think, just losing a grip. Gets it this time. Almost a gentle pre-throw. Accuracy over power. Right onto the toes of Nico Studney. Austria certainly applying the pressure, upping the energy. Dodgeball Canada calm in response. They seem supremely confident in their abilities to bring the game back. Cooper throwing on the outer shoulder. Such a convincing fake. She really commits to it. Now that could be her undoing later on. It does open up to a counter-attack if Austria can cotton on, but Fitzpatrick's the same. Ferocious on the fakes. Berkeley makes the call. Ness is so let to fend for herself. She knows where it's going. She finds a mark in the centre. That's a good coordinated throw out of what seemed like a disjointed call from Canada. They know their plays inside out. Well drilled. Kremser put in the pressure on, retaining possession for Austria. 4 balls. Shivering some advantage. Who's going to release? Kremser is sent high. There's a lot of compensation been made from the switch from cloth ball to foam. If you try and throw a foam ball in the same way you throw a cloth, it's so easy to spike it into the ground. So it's constantly in the backs of the minds of these players. Try to keep those balls up and valid. Good confident throw, Canada. Single ball. They really do back themselves to place these shots. Accuracy. And the confidence in the accuracy is something to behold. 2 cross court, looking for the back of Ness. She finds it second time, glancing over her back shoulder. She goes in, ball to the ground. No hit. She's still good. She's got 4 balls. It's a lot to bring. Finds Kirkpatrick. Tries to use the distraction opportunity to get a ball over the top towards Burton, but sends it way high. Coordination from Canada. Early release. Austria, she's just got the 1 ball left for defence and countering. She goes for the catch. It's bowled. Good composure from Canada scoring that hit. Certainly with the advantage in a 3-ball attack. Take another set and put themselves plenty clear of Austria. 15 points to 3. Looks like someone's taking their time out. Or is this a pause for the resetting of the balls? Yep, that's all. Not an awful lot of time left. You can see Frank Howarth, head referee here on court 2, officiating matters. Ritchie again with that quick underslung throw. This time Austria see it coming, block it. Definitely across court. Well out of danger. Austria with the cross throw. Looking for Cooper, looking for Berkeley. No such luck. Kirkpatrick quick on the response. She's kept at bay by Nico Studny. Herself is called out. Is it a line fault? You do hate to see it happen. Austria again with the cross. Not quite enough behind it. It's a good option if you're trying to make it difficult for those players to track. You're trying to avoid the catches. If those balls cross mid-air, be a nightmare to keep track of. All of a sudden the ball that was in your periphery is now your problem. Austria again with the pressure. 1 ball release. Vlasic a little bit slow on the release. Berkeley sees it coming and it's centre mass for a confident catch. Catch in the middle. Sends Cooper out for Canada and brings Nico Studny back in for Austria. 1 player up. Austria moving in. 1 release. We'll see a little bit more aggression from Austria. They need to get some more points on the board to really maintain a footing in this match. Burton's counter looks good. It's just hitting the floor before it hits the Austrian player. Buda's coming out of nowhere. Richie didn't see that coming. This is good for Austria on the offensive. Kirkpatrick trying to shut down the attack. Well, that's a big moment from Burton. She gets pre-throw. And she takes the catch. Dismissing two of the Austrians in one play. That's going to be a pivotal moment in this. That was the Austrian resurgence. Definitely dealt with by Burton. Savannah Burton for Dodgeball Canada. You see her playing on the left side. Again, lost grip. Is referee calling invalid? It looks like there's some nod, but as we said before, they'll get a warning. And that's reset at the start of the next set as well. So just be careful with the grip. She goes cross court. Opens herself up, and Ness at the back of court for Canada sees that opportunity on Buda. Kirkpatrick's down the ground again. Ball knocked clean out of her hands as it hits. A little high. I think she wanted that to dip a little more. No catch. Good coordination. Burton holding her attention while Ness is ready with that second mildly staggered throw. Canada looking ever stronger in towards the closing minutes of this second half, leading 17 points to Austria's 3. Looks like 4 minutes remaining, if I can read Frank's hands correctly. That's a pretty false start, but he's letting it go. They've all gone on the not whistle. Ness trying to find someone, just gets in the gap between Studny and Jedlička. That cheering you're hearing is the GB crowd, happy that their men's team is scoring some points against Dodgeball Canada. We'll bring you a score update over from Court 1 shortly. But here Dodgeball Canada putting the pressure on. Austria blocking away. Is it enough? Head ref Howard saying, nope, that's a hit, Nico. That's good. Again, pressure from the Austrian centre, keeping Ness at bay. Just giving the Austrian wings a moment to compose. Good use of that hidden ball. A big block on the Austrian wing, disarming Cooper really. Gives Austria a 4th ball to play with, a 2-ball release, but they're bouncing way short of Kirkpatrick. Austria really want to be looking. She's going down with every single dodge. While that certainly makes her a smaller target, it does reduce mobility, opening up Kirkpatrick to a more accurate counter-attack. Similar problem this time for Cooper, being drawn out. Set to go down low, fumbles possession. Austria capitalise. They are down on players, but they're still fierce in response. Now that's a curling shot. Oh, it was Annika Jedlička. She thought she could get the catch in there. Her hands are up, but that ball so unpredictable on the curl. One more time, Burton from the left side, dropping that ball down. She certainly has good knowledge and awareness of the way that she can control the curve and the dip of that ball. 19 points. Dodgeball Canada in the women's phone game versus Austria's 3. 1 minute remaining, not long at all. Kirkpatrick quick, she's looking for Ness. Ness fumbles the ball, she's open. It's a 1-for-1. Berkeley did very, very well to react to Usanova's release. Which doesn't appear to be out as a result of that. Ness saved. Ball back in. Kirkpatrick on her own, trying to draw the attention of the Austrians. 4 of them bearing down, 5 of them. Terrifying. Ness dismissed from that volley once more. Blocked to the ground, on the attack. This look against Cooper. Burton again, quiet on that wing. Pings the opposition players as soon as they are committed to a throw, and that follow through, she's got great sense of timing. Bounce this time from Burton, but the half ends before Burton's throw. No, that's a draw. Giving Austria another point, we'll see, but that is the end of the match. Dodgeball Canada comfortable in victory over Dodgeball Austria. Depending on an update on that final score, it was 19-3 going in. It looks like Dodgeball Austria were ahead on players in that final frame, so 19 points to 5. Really, really good to see those two vastly different play styles coming together. We saw that Austria really committing to that team game of energy up and down the court, trying to draw the Canadian players out, whereas Canada almost with like a two half of a team. They've got their defensive counterers at the back, the likes of Burton over on the left, and to an extent Berkeley playing central and to the right, waiting for those moments when the Austrians are left open, making sure the balls were left. Sort of delivered almost to that position, pinging them on the Austrian follow through. But then Kirkpatrick in the middle and the other Canadian players busy in the centre, drawing the Austrians out, trying to make them sacrifice possession, really open the Austrians up to those counter-attacks from the winging players. Fantastic tactical play from Dodgeball Canada. Really, really good to see. And once again, the Europeans really getting a lesson from their North American counterparts.